Hello students, in today's session we are going to learn the poem Laburnum Top. The poem Laburnum Top is written by Ted Hughes. It is about a repaying relationship between the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird. The tree is yellow, silent and death-like and is made alive by the bird and her young ones. The yellow bird has a shelter on the tree where she feeds her young ones. But as soon as the bird leaves to fly in the sky, the tree becomes silent and death-like again. Talking about the poet, Edward James Hughes or Ted Hughes, he was an English poet and children's writer. Critics frequently rank him as one of the best poets of his generation and one of the 20th century's greatest writers. His poem captures the beauty and violence of natural world. Besides several volumes of poems, Ted also published plays for children. He served as poet laureate from 1984 until his death. So in the picture you can see on the left is the laburnum tree. It's a short tree with hanging branches, yellow flowers and poisonous seeds. And on the right side is the bird goldfinch. Let's discuss the theme of the poem. It's a beautiful poem, and in this poem, the poet has used the laburnum tree and goldfinch as a symbol of life and its fluctuations. The poem also celebrates the pious beauty and serenity in versatility of nature. Its 4 seasons are marked with their own hues, music, and movements, and each season enthralls us with its specific characteristics. The autumn season is marked with its silence and serenity, but it has its own movements, own motion, music, and thrill. The laburnum top is symbolic of this peace and serenity. But this serenity is disturbed with the arrival of the goldfinch who has built her nest there. As she laboriously feeds her young ones, there is a commotion, a veritable bedlam of their chirrupings. Having fed the young ones, the bird once again soars away into the infinity of the sky, leaving the laburnum tree silent and still again. Through this poem, the poet is also trying to convey the message that life is a process of exchange and transformation. People are alive because they undergo exchange of energy. The goldfinch transforms the tree and makes it alive. Without goldfinch and the chicks, the laburnum is just another tree. He also powerfully depicts the parental instinct and care as shown by the bird goldfinch towards her young ones. So let's now read the poem. The laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. In the given lines, the poet describes a laburnum tree whose leaves are yellow. The tree's top is still and silent in the daytime of September month. There's no activity there. It is autumn season and all the seeds of the tree have fallen. The poet has used the word yellow for leaves and sunlight. Yellow symbolizes silence, serenity, and death. He describes the whole scene of the tree with this color and its significance in a man's life, which is marked with similar deterioration. Thus, the leaves are yellowing and are falling, and the seeds have also fallen. In the next stanza, the poet says, "Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness. and a machine starts up, of chitterings and of tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. Twitching. The word refers to a sudden jerk movement. Chirrup, a bird making repeated high-pitched sounds. Startlement, it refers to the feeling or showing sudden shock. Abrupt refers to rapid or quickened movement. Chitterings refers to making a chattering sound. Tremor of wings, involuntary vibration of the wings, that is, the fluttering of the wings. Trillings means to produce a chirruping sound. Trembles, which is very simply to shake, and thrills, a sudden feeling of excitement. Now see students, a goldfinch bird comes to end the death-like scene of the tree and makes a sudden chirrup sound. The goldfinch is glossy and smooth like a lizard. The poet has compared the bird with the lizard because she is very smooth, alert, and cautious like a lizard. And having made sure that she is secure, the bird sits on the branches of the tree. As she moves towards the thickness of the branch, her younger ones start chirruping and fluttering their wings, making a sound like a machine. Because of the movement of the bird and her younger ones, the tree starts to shake and thrill with activity and excitement. Thus, a machine starts up. The expression here refers to the commotion that erupts in the silent tree when the goldfinch starts feeding its young ones. There is a blended noise of their chirruping and flapping of the wings as the baby birds coax their mother for food, force their mother for food. So often such a commotion is created by machine when they run. I hope up to this the poem is clear to you all. Next, it is the engine of her family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face, identity, mask. Let us first understand these three lines. Flirts out means lead on to something or to move out. Stokes means to add fuel to the engine, and here it refers to feeding the young ones. Barred refers to stripy or having stripes. Now the poem talks about machine and engine. We all know that engine is inside a machine and it is the driving force of a machine. The engine also needs fuel to work. When the poet looks at the tree in the beginning, it is silent and still. When the goldfinch enters its thickness, a machine starts up. The tree is compared to a machine which starts working when the engine is filled with fuel. The following line makes this clear. It is the engine of a family, she stokes it full. So engine refers to the young ones into the nest. When goldfinch feeds them, then the engine starts up, working, and naturally the machine also. So in the poem, the tree is considered as the machine. Inside it, the baby chicks in the nest, and the engine and the food for them is the fuel. So, the bird provides food to her young ones and moves to the other branch end. Her dark colored striped face is visible as her body is yellow colored and hides behind the yellow leaves of the tree. The poet has used a poetic device, transferred epithet, when he uses the word barred face. The string of flower clusters which hang like bars partially cover the bird. The bird also has yellow bands or bars or stripes on her face which has become her identity mask or sign of recognition. She remains hidden in the thickness, and this mask helps in her recognition. Barred face is actually referred to the bird hidden behind the clusters hanging on the branches. those yellow flowers in the branches which are covering the bird when the bird is inside the thickness. But one can easily see the bird on the branches once it comes to the end of the branch. So thus, a lot of commotion is created when the bird comes and sits on the branch, and as she starts feeding the young ones, a lot of noisy commotion is there. And thus, after feeding the young ones, the bird, she comes to the end of the branch. And after that, then with eerie, delicate whistle, chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Eerie refers to weird or strange. Whistle chirrup, it is actually a gentle whisper made by the bird. Subsides here refers to calm down. So after reaching the end of the branch, the bird makes a sweet chirping sound, just like whispering, as if showing the feeling of motherly satisfaction. She has fed the young ones and now she is totally satisfied, and she knows that the birds are resting now, the young ones are resting now. Thus, she whistles, she chirrups in a very gentle way, and then she flies away towards the infinite sky. It is strange also in the sense, showing a sharp contrast to the chitterings and trilling heard a little while ago. Because when she entered the thickness, commotion was there, lot of noise was there. But now, after feeding the young ones, all the noise has settled down. The bird, she has also whispered in a very soft manner now. Infinite sky. Infinite refers to the vast expanse of the sky where the goldfinch disappears once again after feeding her young ones. And once the goldfinch is gone, it makes the laburnum tree silent and death-like again. So this is about the explanation of the poem, The Laburnum Top. Now let me discuss some literary or the poetic devices used in the poem. The first one is alliteration, which is a repetition of a consonant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive words, like September sunlight, tree trembles. The next one is simile, comparison between two things using the words like or as. Example, sleek as a lizard. The bird goldfinch is compared with the lizard here. Metaphor, a comparison between two things, generally where a quality is compared. She enters the thickness, a machine starts up. Machine. So it is referred to the tree and the noisy commotion created by the movements of the bird. It is the engine of her family. Engine, referring to the young ones in the nest. So the use is metaphor. Personification. It refers to giving human traits to a non-living thing. Like the whole tree trembles and trills. And here tree is personified. Transferred epithet, which I have already made the fact clear. The figure of speech where the adjective is transferred to another noun. Barred face. Barred face means the striped face. It is actually referred to the bird. With the face, we are actually talking about the bird which was hidden behind the branches, and one can see the bird sitting on the edge of the branch, easily identify the bird with the stripes that the bird has on its face and body. So students, this is all about the poem Laburnum Top. So keep learning and have a nice day.